So this is the baby on CPAP on Murk's TPs. So you can see that this baby is on a Ram's cannula, and you can see baby is unsupported on CPAP. So
looks very comfortable.
yeah, so he was a settling baby. So you can see that humidifier connected, and so the input for the humidifier is coming from the Murk's device.
Yes.
You have a flow meter, you have an input coming to the humidifier.
Inspirator.
And like other bubble CPAP, we have a bubble jar or
circuit is the same as bubble CPAP, or?
Yeah, any circuit you can use, any bubble CPAP circuit.
Okay.
So what the device has is, now if you look at the device, it has a
similar to the bubble CPAP.
So now if you look at this device here, so you have a pressure manometer,
yes,
measures the exact pressure going to the baby. You have an FiO2 which is delivered to the baby, and you have a flow meter. So you titrate the flow here, and you want to increase the pressure, you put the bubble jar, the tube inside, and you want to increase FiO2, then you need to increase on the input oxygen, which I'll show you in the subsequent slide how to.
You also have a table given to the users, or like how much, what proportion?
Yeah, this comes with a device. The device comes with a good table. So this video shows how to increase the FiO2.
Does it have any alarms, leak alarm or anything?
No, actually, I didn't want to make it very complicated because I thought it would be, yeah, but it doesn't deliver pressure more than 25. It was so if you want to increase, you improve it. So you are connecting the oxygen to the bubble jar, oxygen jar, and it is connected to the input is in behind. When you increase oxygen, FiO2 rises.
And if you're using 100% oxygen, you need like 10 liters, or what level of flow do you need?
No, so many times you don't even need that much.
Okay.
So you can see here, no? So you can just give 1 liter or 1 liter of oxygen, you're able to give 40% FiO2. You decrease oxygen a little more, you will see that FiO2 is falling down.
You measured the pressure in the nasopharynx or anything like that, that the Australian studies are
Yes,
doing?
we did measure and then we calibrated to see that whether it's working. But it's very simple, isn't it? This is display and you have a bubble jar showing the pressure there. So obviously nothing can be better than the bubble jar pressure display.
Yes.
So this is the digital display and you have the bubble jar display there.
It's the same as the indigenous CPAP that we use and the bubble CPAP. So it's easy to understand for everyone who's using it.
Yeah. So now if you want, sometimes what happens is these jars, when you connect oxygen, no? So these do not deliver oxygen and there will be a lot of leaks. So if you have a problem there, what you need to do is you remove this jar and you connect the oxygen directly to the...
Because you don't need the water bubble, you're already going through the humidifier.
Yes, you can connect directly. So to the inlet. So thereby it becomes easier for you to titrate the oxygen.
That's a useful.
So otherwise, sometimes the pressures are not high, so it will be lost in the tubing. So you can do this.
Right. Okay.
And we have used it during resuscitation. So you can see here how long the TP circuit is. When you use with resuscitation, you have the TPs which has a manometer at the patient end. So it's a long tube, you can see here from there till the device. So
this is
you can
designed by you as well, or it's a Murk, another device?
No, same one. So you can use as a TP.
So you have the PEEP
without the humidifier. Without the humidifier, if you connect the same thing. Now, when you're using TPs, you have to use 10 liters flow. So the tube is connected. This is a TP circuit.
Yeah.
You can see it now.
So you have a PEEP valve at the end of it, yeah?
Yeah, you have a PIP and PEEP valve. So you have two valves here. So there is a PIP and PEEP valve.
Okay, both.
So that is a PEEP valve and this one is a PIP valve.
And it comes with the machine when they buy it. This is reusable?
Yeah. So you can buy the TPs along with the circuit. And these TPs are easily available. So when you're doing resuscitation, you can actually see how much PNP and PEEP the baby is getting. Yeah. So what I'm doing is, this is the PAP valve. And obviously you can see how much pressure you're giving. And so you can see the PEEP. PEEP is this knob, the blue knob, and PAP is the gray knob. So you can titrate the PIP and PEEP, and you want to increase FiO2, background oxygen you have to increase.
Can this be sterilized and reused, or it's a single use?
No, the circuit has to be this position. But you can make a circuit which is reusable. but you need to use
But
a
the
leaky
valves
one.
are difficult to, probably
No,
disposable.
it fits in with everything. This is a standard input, oxygen input from the TPs.
Can you give an idea of the cost? It's a great, service to the country.
So this would cost around, if you want only the TPs, it will cost about 1 lakh rupees. But if you're wanting with a humidifier, it will go to 2 lakhs, because humidifiers are again MR850, the Fission Packle, or any other servo humidifiers. You can see a baby is being resuscitation being done with the TPs, and even in transport, it has 4 to 6 hours battery backup. So you can see one of my friends, Ashish, was using in transport.
Nice. Ashish Mehta.
Yeah, Ashish Mehta.
So this circuit for the labor room, how much does it cost?
Circuit costs about 2,000 rupees. But you need to use it only when the babies require a resuscitation.
Yes. So
So it's
probably
like
for premature,
TP circuit.
at least for the premature babies, you can start using it. And
Yeah, and this is a company which does the sale and marketing. So Electrogenic Innovations.
Share it with
This is
me.
from
I put it
Ahmedabad.
in the video info. Somebody had asked this question based on your RDS lecture as well.